Hey, the dog's on strike. We're still getting caffeinated, and we got news stories for you. It can only be time for
a morning brew.
And I can't deny the fact that you like me right now. You like me.
And we have new sound and still crappy video, but we're fixing the second one shortly.
Working on the video.
Working on the video.
Hopefully the sound finds you well.
Yes. We have our new microphone, and we've been sound testing it. First time I actually got to play with it was Friday night stream with Bass Mama. So
yeah, I get home and somebody is doing her little happy dance shuffle in her seat.
New toy, new toy, new toy, new toy. Thank you once again, Marty, for the recommendation. For those of you who are wondering, it is an Audio-Technica microphone. So I will probably wind up putting the link to it down below in the box for anybody that's interested. The boom arm is going to be coming later on this week because we got a whole bunch of stuff coming to help hopefully organize our lives and make our videos better. Though not necessarily in that order. Somehow. Who knows? And yes,
new toys all around.
Yep. And as you realize, thank you very much. I have reached 500 subscribers, so I decided I was going to send out a thank you to everybody. So thank you very much. I couldn't have gotten here without all my subscribers.
We know 500 people.
We know 500 people watch us. 500 people are subscribed to us. They actually like the show.
They're here for the dog.
Yeah, even though he's on Twitter more than he's on the morning show.
He also apparently thinking that this morning is a good morning just to curl up in the middle of the bed.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, look, it's been a rough night, guys. Out with the boys. You know how it is.
Yeah. You know. Over the weekend on the B-List stream, I found out that Chuck Berry had passed away. Chuck Berry was instrumental in forwarding the rock and roll movement in the 50s and the 60s. He had such hits as Maybelline, Johnny B. Good, and as they said on the B-List, My Dingling, and others. He was known for his duck walk on stage. Mm-hmm. For those of you that don't know what that is, you could probably Google it and find lots of clips on YouTube of him duck walking. He had this odd way of holding his guitar on stage, kind of squatting down and walking across the stage as he was playing the guitar. Mm-hmm. It had never been seen before. And that's where we're starting our stories today. So Chuck Berry's influence on rock and roll was incalculable. Along with James Dean and J.D. Salinger and a handful of others in the 50s, Chuck Berry, who was 90 when he died Saturday at his suburban St. Louis home, helped define the modern teenager. While Elvis Presley gave rock and roll its libidinous, hip-shaking image, Berry was the auteur, setting the narrative for a generation no longer weighed down by hardship of war. Well before the rise of Bob Dylan, Berry wedded social commentary to the beat and rush of popular music. He was singing good lyrics and intelligent lyrics in the 50s when other people were singing, "Oh baby, I love you so," John Lennon once observed. In his late 20s, before his major hit, Berry crafted lyrics that spoke to young people of the day and remained fresh decades later. Sweet Little 16 captured rock and roll fandom, an early and innocent ode to the young girls later known as groupies. School Day told of the sing-song trials of the classroom, American history and practical math. You're studying hard, hoping to pass. And the liberation of rock and roll once the day's final bell rang. Roll Over Beethoven was an anthem to rock's history-making power, while rock and roll music was a guidebook for all bands that followed. It's got a backbeat, you can lose it. You can't lose it. Back in the USA was a black man's straight-faced tribute to his country at a time there was no guarantee Barry would be served at the drive-ins and corner cafes he was celebrating. Everything I wrote about wasn't about me, but about the people listening, he once said. Johnny Be Good, the tale of a guitar-playing country boy whose mother tells him he'll be a star, was Barry's signature song, the archetypical narrative for the would-be rockers and among the most ecstatic recordings in the music's history. Barry can hardly contain himself as the words hurry out. Deep down in Louisiana, close to New Orleans, way back up in the woods among the evergreens. I was trying very hard not to sing that. And the downpour of guitar, drums, and keyboards amplifies every call of Go Johnny Go. Johnny Be Good could only have been a guitarist. The guitar was rock and roll's signature instrument and Barry, the first guitar hero. His clarion sound, a melting pot of country flash and rhythm and blues drive, turned on at least a generation of musicians. Among them, the Stones' Keith Richards, who once acknowledged he had lifted every lick from Barry, the Beatles' George Harrison, Bruce Springsteen, and the Who's Pete Townsend. When NASA launched the unmanned Voyager 1 in 1977, an album was stored on the craft that would explain music on Earth to extraterrestrials. The one rock song included was Johnny Be Good. Barry himself was accused of theft. In 2000, Johnson sued Barry over royalties and credit he believed was due for the songs they composed together over more than 20 years of collaboration. The lawsuit was dismissed 2 years later, but Richard was among those who believed Johnson had been cheated, writing in his memoir, Life, that Johnson set up the arrangements for Barry and was so essential to music that many of Barry's songs were recorded in keys more suited for the piano. He received a Grammy for Lifetime Achievement in 1984, and 2 years later became a charter member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame along with Presley, Buddy Holly, Little Richard, and others. In the 1990s, Barry began giving monthly concerts in the intimate setting of the Duck Room of the Blueberry Hill Club in St. Louis, drawing visitors from around the world. At times, he was joined by his son guitarist, Charles Barry Jr., and daughter, Ingrid Barry Clay, on vocals and harmonica. He married their mother, Thametta Suggs, in 1948. They had 4 children. Influenced by bandleader Louis Jordan and blues guitarist T-Bone Walker, among others, hip to country music, novelty songs, and the emerging teen audiences of the post-World War II era, Barry signed the Chicago's Chess Records in 1955 after hooking up with Johnson 3 years earlier. Maybelline reworked the country song Ida Red and rose into the top 10 of the national pop charts, a rare achievement for a black artist at that time. According to Barry, label owner Leonard Chess was taken by the novelty of a hillbilly song sung by a black man, an inversion of Presley's covers of blues songs. Okay.
That's a long article.
It is. It's a very long article. Well, there's a lot to say. He had a long life and one hell of a career.
He had a very, very long life and everything, and of course our hearts go out to his family and people he left behind.
Yep. All right, next story. Wrong one. Daddy gets to read this one.
Oh.
And this shouldn't be all that long. There you go. Yeah.
What?
You'll have to excuse him. He's gone chirpy. Too many squirrel conspiracies in Lotro. Go. Yes, I went there.
She has no idea what she's talking about. That squirrel has haunted my dreams. I shall burn down the rest of Rohan when I Never mind. Love you guys.
Focus. Your focus needs more focus.
Yes, I know. Here we go. Russia says U.S. missile system is a risk to regional security. Was this before or after
North Korea
threatened to vaporize us with nuclear fire
in Japan
over the past few days?
Yeah.
Just wondering. Mm-hmm. Hence the reason for the missile system. Tokyo. Russia views U.S. missile defense system being deployed in Northeast Asia as a threat to regional security. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said following talks Monday with Japanese officials in Tokyo. Strategic concerns both in Northeast Asia and elsewhere, including Syria and Ukraine, were among a wide range of regional and global issues addressed in the one-day talks among foreign defense ministers from Japan and Russia. We don't give a fuck. The two sides said they agreed to keep working toward resolving a long-standing territorial dispute has prevented the countries from forging a peace treaty officially since ending their World War II hostilities. They also joined urging North Korea to refrain from provocative action and to abide by United Nations resolution demanding an end to its nuclear missile testing. He's not going to do that.
Translation. Quit testing those nuclear missile, Kim.
The talks in Tokyo were the two countries' first 2+2 meeting of foreign and defense ministers since Russia's annexation of Crimea from Ukraine. Earlier this month, North Korea fired 4 missiles, of which 3 landed inside Japan's territorial waters. You're fucking up there, Korea. You wonder why we just set up a missile system
Yeah,
there.
all right.
The U.S. and South Korea have agreed to install an advanced anti-missile system as a defense against North Korea. The Terminal High Altitude Area Defense System, or THAAD, has angered both Russia and China. Russia also objects to U.S. missile defense systems in Japan. That's because if they're there, you guys can't threaten anybody.
Well, man, it's no.
You can threaten all you want to, and by the time you try to do something about it, it's shot down.
Kim Jong-un is about as nutty as his dad was. They don't care. It doesn't matter how many sanctions you put on them. Doesn't matter how many embargoes. It doesn't matter what you do to them. Doesn't matter what you say to them. They're going to do whatever the hell they're going to do anyway.
See, the problem is, and everything, when you have people like this that are able to do the things that they do by basically bullying everybody that's around them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
I'm going to give everybody a little bit of a history lesson and everything. Back in the 80s, they were doing these kind of using these kind of tactics, and Russia was really, really good at it because they had such a very large military buildup. And here's what happened. First, Reagan said, "Oh, you pointing stuff at us and our allies? Okay, we pointed ours right back at you." And then Margaret Thatcher in Britain said, "Well, America's not just standing out there by herself, so let us have our friends do the same thing."
Yeah.
And then France followed suit, and pretty soon, a few things happened. Number one, the Berlin Wall came down. Number two. Yeah, Russia went from being one great big huge country to a bunch of small independent states.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Funny that. All right.
Funny how that happens.
Next story. MeetUp leaps into Trump resistance. Yeah, I know. I'm glad I'm sitting down for this. I used to use them. New York, AP, MeetUp is taking a leap into the Trump resistance. The New York-based networking site will unveil plans in the coming days to partner with a labor group under the guidance of a former Hillary Clinton aide to coordinate protests among more than 120,000 activists already involved with anti-Trump MeetUp groups. MeetUp CEO Scott Heiferman told the Associated Press that the new arrangement, to be only known as #resist, gives a loosely organized protest movement the infrastructure needed to execute large responses to the new president's policies. It's one thing for a CEO to say, "I'm going to stand up against a politician," Heiferman said. It's even further for the opportunity for the company itself to mobilize people. For Heiferman and other tech leaders, Trump's push to block immigration from several Muslim-majority countries marked a tipping point. When a certain line is crossed, he said, "We have a civic duty not to be quiet." Right, you have a civic duty to be a complete ass.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
About 40 technologies company met privately this month in New York City to brainwash ways to push back against Trump policies on immigration, transgender protections, the bathroom issue, women's health, abortion, and arts funding, as well as more traditional technology issues like net neutrality and encryption. In other words, limiting people's ability to get on the internet. Kickstarter and MeetUp were also among 58 technology companies that signed a friend of the court brief on Tuesday, charging that the White House's revised immigration plan would harm their employees and customers.
Oh, you mean the illegals that you're employing?
Airbnb, Apple, Twitter, and Yelp filed a court brief last month to protest the Trump administration's decision to resend guidance that instructed schools to allow transgender students to use bathrooms that match a gender identity. Didn't I tell you it was about the bathrooms? Okay. The car service Lyft recently pledged $1 million to the American Civil Liberties Union. Distributed by Trump's initial push for a travel ban, the firm held a company-wide resist-a-thon last month and unveiled more than 1,000 new #resist meetup groups that didn't have to pay the standard $15 monthly fee to advertise their events on the site. Currently, there are more than 1,000 meetup groups devoted to the Trump resistance across the country. MeetUp won't be restricting the ability of pro-Trump groups to use its main site, which it insists is nonpartisan, but I bet you they're going to have to pay that $15 a month advertising fee.
Yes, they will.
Marketing and branding experts suggest that in the short run it could be a zero-sum game for companies that wade into politics. Inevitably, some offended customers will leave while others will take their place. Yet typically customers who agree with a business's political stand have short memories, said marketing professor Larry, I can't pronounce that last name, Chiagouris of Pace University's Lubin School of Business. Those who are hostile have longer memories and are more likely to hold a grudge, he said. It's a little thing at best.
No, it's not.
Said Robert Pasikoff. Neil Blumenthal, co-CEO of the website global eyewear retailer Warby Parker, which was among the companies that filed legal briefs opposing Trump's immigration and transgender policies, acknowledged political activism could turn some customers off. There's always a risk that when you stand for something, there can be a backlash, Blumenthal said. The bigger risk is to stand for nothing.
Well, you can stand anywhere you want to. It's just like this wonderful thing that we're using right now, YouTube, who is under the gun currently. Twitter, who is failing.
Yep. I mean, it's just these people.
Don't forget to come over to Minds and say hello to us there.
Yeah, all the links are down there as always. And for the final one, a bit of a lighthearted kind of news out of France. You're nabbed! French gendarmes find thief stuck in window. Paris AP. Arrests can't come any easier than this. French gendarmes called to a robbery found the suspected thief stuck in a hole he'd made with a hammer in a shop window. The National Gendarmerie on Sunday published a photo appearing to show the man half in and half out of the hole. Drunk, he robbed a shop but got stuck in the window before being arrested. The Gendarmerie tweeted with the hashtag #ThugLife. The 46-year-old man was arrested Thursday morning in the Pyrenees town of Montlion-le-Char in southwest France. A duty officer for the regional gendarmerie told the Associated Press. Firefighters were called to free the man, who was then taken into custody, said the officer, who wouldn't be quoted by name, citing official policy. So there's your yucks for the morning. And now it's time for...
We have some mentions.
Yes, we do. We have some mentions and some recommended views. So let's go on to that. Yes, you're not seeing things. This is Aracore, the person who has done our open animations for our news and our breaking news. And yes, for those of you who play the game, it is WoW. He did a music video from the Time Warp for the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And for those of you that are virgins, aka people who have never actually gone to the theater to watch the midnight movie for the full experience, you don't know what you're missing. So you guys have got to come over here and click on this. Yes, he sings, but he doesn't sound as bad as he says he does in the description.
No, he doesn't. He did an excellent job.
He did a really good job on this one.
and I particularly loved, that he chose the race of the Forsaken to do all of this with. It really fits. And he did a really good job.
He did. He really did.
So Aracore, as always, we're watching out for you, bud. We're watching out for you.
You guys, he's criminally undersubbed. You got to come over here and watch him, dudes. Come on.
You got to watch him. You got to sub and everything. Hit that bell. Get notified. Interact with him. Talk to him.
Yeah.
And if you need some work done, talk to him.
Yeah.
And throw out some ideas and everything. Maybe he can come up with some animations for some of your stuff.
All right, here we go. Next on the list. Okay, Eheroduelist. I finally pronounced it right. Hashtag YouTube is over party. YouTube hates LGBT people now, apparently, is the video that we're recommending. He goes through their whole problem and disgruntlement about the fact that a lot of the LGBT videos that are being made are being put on the parental watch list or the new age gate system that YouTube is rolling out. What they don't mention on their videos is the fact that they are literally showing on these videos, not really graphic in nature, but, you know, what it looks like to transition and things of that nature that little kids shouldn't be watching. So he gives you the entire story behind the gripe.
Well, here's the funny thing is, the community was, the LGBT community and the transgenders, they were okay as long as it was just, you know, us, people on the opposite side, were getting censored, banned, you know, and not showing up because, you know, we were telling people that what they were, some of the content that they were releasing was wrong. But now that the shoes turned around and they're getting, oh no.
Now they're griping. Okay. A man who needs no introduction if you've been following the C16 debacle and all of his debates, Jordan B. Peterson. He goes into his latest quote-unquote debate and the fact that the people that were supposed to debate him backed out because of the protests in the venue. He's basically calling them out, saying, you want to debate? I'll debate you anytime, anywhere, any place. And this video starts out with a Clint Eastwood clip, and it ends with a Clint Eastwood clip.
The clip is from The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, with two other really great actors, Eli Wallach and Lee Van Cleef.
Yep.
I just told everybody basically that I was an old ass fucker. Oops.
It's alright, I tell people that all the time. Okay?
You tell everybody I'm an old fucker?
No, I tell people that I'm an old woman. If you like RPGs, if you like LARPs, if you like MMOs, and you like commentary, Magog has mashed both of them together. The Master of Macabre, with a dragon as a neighbor and commentary from a different side of the portal, so to speak. Magog peers into our world periodically to see all the bullcrap that he can find. These videos are absolutely hilarious, and the one I'm recommending is his most recent one, which is Magog Attends College Humor. Oh, you guys have got to come over here. He is so criminally undersubbed.
Definitely he's worth watching, listening. And Magog, in case you check this out, in case you see this, I'm just letting you know that you have an open engagement to join us in Middle Earth anytime.
Yes. Yes, yes. This is our buddy THAAD featured. I've talked to him on live streams. I've listened to him talk on live streams. He has a lot of really good views, and the video we're recommending this morning is How Would I Vote in a Second Scottish Independence Referendum? He gives his side and his reasons why, and no, for any of you who are waiting, I am not going to do a Scottish accent, because I am not going to torture you like that ever again with accents that I cannot do. Period. Sorry, but I tortured people enough with the Irish accent.
All right.
So y'all come over here, watch THAAD's video, and a few more. And if you like him, as always, there's always subscribe buttons and notification buttons. And he also has conversations with you in his comments section. So you know what time it is now.
We're going to do my hashtag.
Yeah, you found it this time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he found it. Hashtag worst songs to play at a funeral. I can't believe you found this one. I really, really can't
It
believe
popped
you found
up first flipping thing.
it. All right, here we go. Can't feel my face.
The Benny Hill theme tune.
Kelly Clarkson. Nice to since you've been gone.
Me Too, Megan Trainor.
You don't always get what you want.
Beating Heart.
Oh my God. Born to Die by Lana Del Rey.
Haha, You're Dead, Green Day.
Put on a Happy Face.
Get Low by Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. Yeah.
Poker Face.
Crossroads remix.
Get This Party Started by Pink.
Story of My Life.
Happy Days Are Here Again.
If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands.
Living in a Box.
Tupac, Get 'Em Up.
I Hate Myself and Want to Die.
That's Tupac. I just said Tupac.
Yes,
God, I'm
you did.
still fucking asleep.
Turn in your street cred card. You have failed.
I'm gonna burn it now.
You have failed the gangster rap. And no, I don't use the other word because I have been banned from it.
That's right, you have been mad.
We are never getting back together.
It's a beautiful morning.
Rape Me.
Rape culture. You just promoted it. Used to love her.
What a funny. Okay, no. If today was your last day, Nickelback, and I just died in your arms tonight, Cutting Crew.
The final countdown.
Knock on wood.
Happy.
Drop It Like It's Hot.
Pop Goes the Weasel.
Depending on how they died, Raining Blood by Slayer.
Don't Get Around Much Anymore.
The Best Day of My Life.
Holly Jolly Christmas.
Let's get it on. Well, Monday's off to a hell of a start.
Pretend That We're Dead.
Locked Out of Heaven.
Ding Dong the Witch is Dead.
Oh, Jesus. Heathens.
Hell's Bells.
99 bottles of beer on the wall.
Shots.
LMFAO featuring Little John. Let me see. Beautiful Day. Let me see. No, I don't think those are it.
I Feel Good, James Brown.
Bang, bang. I shot you down. Bang, bang.
Money, Pink Floyd.
I'm so excited. And I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I think I like it. You skipped that one. I had to. Sorry.
Gangs of Ballet.
Oh my God. Destiny's Child, Survivor. Yeah, definitely not a song.
Hot Stuff.
Long-Legged Girl.
Best Day of My Life.
Pet Cemetery, The Ramones.
Zombie by the Cranberries.
And Poor Unfortunate Souls. And those are hashtag worst songs to play at a funeral. Alright, and then if any of you have any ideas for worst songs to play at a funeral, you know where the comments section is.
And if you get some news that you want us to report on and look into and everything, drop us a line.
Yep, by using any of the links below or, DMing us on Twitter. We can take emails and stuff like that. So, that's it. Oh, yes! There's going to be 2 uploads this morning. There's going to be the Morning Brew, and Liz and her husband, Seder Cat, have done their first episode of, and I'm calling it hashtag the Morning Social, with their social media news. So be on the lookout for that this morning as well.
Liz, great to see you two guys. Hope to see more of you. Looking forward to working with both of you. Of course, with my work schedule now, it's still a work in progress.
Yeah, work in progress. And Liz, you better take care of yourself, girl. Don't make me come down there. As always, may your coffee ever flow, may your caffeine be ever strong, and may you have a marvelous Monday.
Have a good day.
Thanks for spending a bit of your morning with us as we sipped coffee, talked news, and had fun in the process. We appreciate you stopping by our little corner of YouTube and invite you to start a conversation in the comment section below. Don't forget to check out yesterday's video on the top right or a recommended video on the bottom right. And as always, stay funny, stay weird, and stay caffeinated.